All new move, a Wintertide Brand. Debuff deals 20% more damage per stage. That seems crazy. Maximum 20 stages. So you get 400% more damage. What is Wintertide Brand? How does this work? I never played a brand. Creates a magical brand which attached to a nearby enemy, dealing cold damage over time and chilling them. Periodically activates while attached, gaining stages of raised damage. While removed, a short duration debuff dealing the same damage over time and chill is applied to each nearby enemy. The brand keeps its charges while detached. So you ramp the move, put it on something, remove it, and it pops. So you use this as a main move, or you use it in addition? Like, okay, what if I put Spark here? All right, kitty. How about I move you off the keyboard, buddy? What does this actually look like? Use Controlled Destruction, Arcane Surge. Well, I have Arcane Surge. I don't have Controlled Destruction yet. So you just cast it? Like, how does this work? Okay. Oh, shit, can you just... Is it... Oh, it only goes once? It only bounces once? Can you increase how much it bounces? Do I have to, like, actually aim where, Can I just run and then cast? And it would just hit the guy? Oh, shit, it does. Wait, if I cast it, will it grab somebody? Oh, it will. It'll leech on them. Oh shit, that's kind of cool, actually. Can I do it on multiple people, or...? How many of these can I have? Oh, can I have multiple on the same guy? Only 2, it looks like. Is it 2 per person, or is it... That's pretty cool, actually. Wintertide is a complicated skill and sensitive damaging skill for people who don't understand this skill. What is this video?
So let's illustrate a hypothetical scenario here on the graph. On the y-axis we have DPS, and on the x-axis...
Okay, introduction, let me see a video.
The changes to the cast time being no longer instant were met with much disbelief and frustration. What was once considered to be such a classic and well-rounded build that was always there for you on League Start when you didn't know what build you wanted to play is no longer considered viable. People removed it from their recommended League Start lists, and as Vortex fell out of favor, so did the Cold Dot archetype as a whole. But today, we're bringing Cold Dot back into the spotlight through a mostly slept-on skill known as Wintertide Brand. This skill has been mostly overshadowed by Vortex for much of its existence. There was initially some hype for Wintertide Brand that I saw after the changes to the gem in the patch notes droppings because that's a piece of garbage. Instead, we're going to use a rare chest and we use Core Gating Elixir to survive on low life, and we use the Trader Keystone from a Brutal Restraint to sustain our flask charges. So this build is meant to be like an all-rounder. It's not going to be like the greatest at any type of content, but it's by far it's not going to be the worst. It's going to perform very well in boss encounters, and it can do uber bosses. The map clear, it's alright. In my opinion, it's much better than Vortex, but it's never going to be as fast as, say, Lightning Arrow. Another great quality of the build is that
I mean, the damage doesn't look... Is this Uber?
Very infrequently.
I guess it is Uber.
So, whether you are a Vortex refugee, or if you're just looking for an overall solid build, in this video, I'm going to take you through all of the skills mechanics, as well as give you an overview about how I League started Wintertide Brand and how I took it through all of the endgame. First things first, we have to understand how the skill mechanics work. This is probably the most important part of the video.
Spell Echo or something to cast 3 of them?
Since it ties very heavily with the use of Brand Recall, I'm going to explain these two hand in hand. Wintertide Brand is a Cold Dot brand that attaches to enemies, and it does a small amount of Cold Dot damage while it's attached. When the brand duration expires, or if it detaches from a target, it applies a debuff known as Wintertide's End. The debuff is where all of our damage comes from, and this is what gets the 500% more damage at max stages. With the Brand Mastery, Wintertide Brand will automatically bounce between enemies, and thus easily and spreading and maintaining the debuff uptime. While mapping, the use of Brand Recall is quite liberal. You can use older brands that are lying around, maybe they've cleared a pack or just lying off screen, bring it back to you, and it will maintain the amount of stages that it had previously, and bring it back into action instead of casting a new one at 0 stages. You can also use brand recall while shield charging since the cast time is instant. In a single target scenario, without multiple things to be attached to, things are a little bit different. So let's illustrate a hypothetical scenario here on the graph. On the y-axis we have DPS, and on the x-axis brand that was recalled.
Let me just look at this. Okay, so the L shape goes to the box, and then the box above the other box has another L shape, and then the half smiley faces are below. Okay, I got it.
Now that we kind of know how the skill works, it's time to see it in action. In my view, I kind of split this build into 3 phases. League start, which is Eldritch Battery, Mind Over Matter. A transition phase in which you phase in all the unique items, and the third phase, which is endgame. When you League start Wintertide Brand, and you start from scratch, you have nothing, you always first play as Eldritch Battery, Mind Over Matter. This is the same as what Cold Dot players did in the past. You know, Cold Dot tricksters who played Vortex, so you probably no stranger. Our damage here is decent. You might feel the damage kind of fall off later in red maps, but it's definitely strong enough to continue progressing your Atlas. In your background, you're watching the build perform in its first 2 Watchstone fights in Affliction League. Full disclaimer, my gear here is some hot garbage. Probably most of it I picked up in like Act 6, and I just kept using it because I had my colors. The only things I have invested here is that I do have a 6th link that I bought so that my escape artist would actually do something, and I also bought a ram gaze just for some cheap damage. But you know, it's day 1.
And he's 6 linking against like first boss. This shit is not SSF viable, is it? He's playing Trickster. Crown of the Inward Eye. He's doing Prism Shield shit. The brand is kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. The Wintertide brand is kind of cool. The problem is it does feel a bit like Blight Contagion, right? Only like arguably worse, or it is kind of cool though. Oh, unique! Oh my god, the flaying knife! Dude, did I just get the flaying knife? Holy moly! Unbelievable! That knife's flaying so hard. +1.
I must have time to gather my will.
Is this your build this league? Yep, as you can tell, it's going to be one of the better ones. We're able to kill white mobs, the occasional blue mob, and rarely a yellow mob. So we're ramping, dude. How it's done. Turn your world to ice. Try turning the world to ice, by the way.
Your skin. I shall wear it.
Oh shit, Lily. What up, Lily? How goes the wand testing? Definitely not minion. It's not a minion build. It has literally nothing to do with minions. No minions in the build. I'm playing this move that no one's ever heard of. Very unique build. First person to ever try it. Called Wintertide Brand. Just an RF Ellie run. And so many people playing RF this league, huh? I think 3 hours, 23 minutes was my Act 2. Pretty solid. I'm trying, what's the Mother Boy for? He's there just to give me damage to help me get through the fucking campaign. That's about it. I actually might not even play Templar, to be honest. I kind of like the Wintertide Brand, though. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna, like, what I'm gonna play with Wintertide Brand. Play some unique, like, Lightning Arrow, true. Elementalist is good. I don't think I've ever played Elementalist. I don't even think I've ever even looked at the Ascendancy. Kind of wish we knew what the other Ascendancies are.
You sure you want to do this?
Because, like, the other boy kind of, like, does dog shit damage right now. I mean, I guess maybe I need minion life to make him actually do something, but... Not really a way to, like, ramp his damage or the minion life, I guess. We'll get some synergy because I'm going to take some of the minion nodes. Minion nodes for what? Minion me. I'm the big minion. Minion damage gives me damage. You're going to be doing standard before running an HCSF layer? No, I'm going to league start HCSF. I'm going for World's First Alaskan Mother Boy / Wintertide Brand hybrid combo first Void Stone clear. It's a competitive category, so I'm getting my practice in now, to be honest.
Your way led to damnation.
Yo, Darth, Fanson's Marvel Mobile days. You know, that game was actually fun. Until they kind of, like, destroyed it. Okay, you guys ever play a game called... oh, what the fuck even was it called? It was Marvel... what the hell was it, dude? The Marvel game I played.
It was here in the pits of Leopolis.
Not Strike Force, no, that's the turn-based one. This was like an ARPG.
Before I could even consider a man. In this
Wasn't Future Fight. Future Revolution. Marvel Future Revolution. That game was actually fun, but they made that one crazy expensive. Crazy expensive. Like, okay, to give you an idea, I was a bit of a well in that game for sure, because when I play mobile games, I was absolutely well. I was making content on it. It's just like how it goes, okay? But I couldn't keep up. Well, okay, to be fair, day one in PvP, I was like 101 to 1 KDA or something. Like, I was 100 OKD, because it was ridiculous. I spent like $2 grand the first day or something. I was literally, actually, to give you an idea how busted that game was, when I was playing Future Revolution, in fact, I might have some of my old videos. I would sit on their spawn, the entire team would respawn, and I'd play Storm, and I'd cast the AoE, and I'd literally one-shot the entire team. Like, they would on spawn, all spawn at the same time, and it just one-shot the whole team. Because she had a hilarious AoE move. It's like Tornado AoE. But it was a pay-to-win game, so, like, you could absolutely be fucking disgusting in that game. The game was fun, though. Like, it had good PvP, and it had a really interesting, like open world system, and it had, like kind of like a new world system where clans could, like, take over certain zones and shit. It was kind of cool. But then they got even more greedy. So the game launched pay-to-win, right? But then what happened was good PvP if you're well. I mean good. When I say that, I say the same thing about Diablo and more, though. Good PvP in the sense of, like, they designed the arena and the way that the battles actually work from, like, a structure standpoint pretty well. By the way it plays out. But in terms of, like, balance, no, obviously it's dog shit. Like, there's no argument. It's a pay-to-win game. But Immortal has the same thing, which is, like, the PvP in Immortal is actually, like, pretty cool design. And, like, the clan system is pretty good design, but it's ruined because of the well. How much they paying you? The game's dead. They literally turned off the servers. And I think I spent a total by the end of that game of like $6 grand in that game or some shit, right? And they turned off the servers by then. So it's fucking over. But the reason the game failed is because what happened was it launched and it was already like atrociously pay to win. Okay, like the top guys that were like 20, 30 grand in the first week. Because like I say, the game was actually fun, so people were like for sure wailing on it. And it was Marvel IP, so you have people that are just mega Marvel fans. So it definitely brought some people in. And then what happened was they started releasing like a medium power creep shit. So you would have a gear set, and then the next like Iron Man suit or whatever would be even more expensive. And it was a Korsagacha system where you'd have to pull the parts, etc. And so I remember when the next set came out, one of my friends, he had spent $16,000 in order to unlock like the next piece. And it was like at that point, like people were realizing it was like actually a joke. Because the thing was, it wasn't even like the next set was just like one step up. It's like you would need different sets for different builds. So like one set would be better for like Spider-Man's like web slinger build, and one would be better for, you know, like a CC build or whatever, right? Like you would have, it'd be like this game where you have different builds, right? So it would be, you know, we're talking $10,000 to $20,000, like, and it had, you know, like a star system. You could like upgrade to 5 and then like purple each of the stars type thing. So if you wanted to like max out the suit, it's like easy 15 to 20 grand. And then you would need to do that for every suit if you actually wanted to play the different builds. So like the first month and a half, I think the guy I knew had spent like 60 grand ish to be the #1 Iron Man. You know, the bummer part is like a lot of those games, if they literally did not have a way for you to spend money in them and they pay the flat fee, like I'd probably still be playing those games. Because like they would make a decent game, and then they would make a decent game in order to sell the pay to win. They'd have a really cool social system, they would have really cool like grinds, they have really cool open world and all that, and then they just, you know, they monetize everything so hilariously, it's like a joke.
Adequate performance challenger, if a little messy, yet but cool and esteemed.
RSL is one of my favorite games, but the money sucks so badly. I mean, yeah, don't get me started on Raid Shadow Legends, bro. If I logged into my account, you would laugh at how good it looks. Or at least back in the day, it was like fucking huge. Free-to-play Raid became a very like common thing people would do. Just play free-to-play Raid. And see how far you could compete. Used to watch you back then. You know what was interesting is I had arguably more people back then. Well, no, that's not true. It's more now because of Diablo, but a lot of people back then would actually like say hi to me in person because they played Raid Shadow Legends also. Like there was a lot of, yeah, Bob is from Raid. Like there was a lot of people that play Raid that would like talk in person. Like normally those people were like very social. I was playing that game, and they were always middle-aged adults. Always. Like I never met a younger person that played those games ever. And the Raid is 100% like a 40-year-old demographic. Only the guys that have money. Well, yeah, it's that, and then it's all auto battle. So what happens is people play it at work and shit. You guys spent 300K to catch up in Immortal? No. You know what's funny is out of all the mobile games I played, Diablo Immortal was the game I spent the least in. RSL had a pretty good content creator community. It did. I'm still friends with a lot of those guys. Remember J Gigs? We always did rap songs and stuff together. He just had a birthday. I just sent him a couple birthday presents. He got it last night. I talk to him all the time. And I've been talking to him about his new YouTube channel. He quit Raid and he started doing like his own, like I play 20 survival games, I play 20 RPGs, and this is what I think type videos, and they're doing really well for him. His YouTube channel is popping off more than mine is, dude. I keep in touch with most of the Raid Shadow Legends people from back in the day. And doing YouTube videos was amazing in that community because you would wake up and then you would be like, I'm bored. Like, let's see what, I don't know, Brad's up to today. And then you would just DM and be like, hey, you want to talk about the game for a bit? And, like, without fail, you could always find somebody who just wanted to, like, yap about the game or make a video talking about something. So you make a video, more or less every video was a podcast, just kind of chatting about it. And the community enjoyed all the videos. Like, the community really liked the, content creators. There was the occasional drama and stuff. But, like, it was actually the game company, Plarium, suck the fattest of dicks. It is the truth of the situation. But the game was okay. It was kind of pay to win, right? It was mid. But the making content on it and interacting with our content creators and stuff is still some of the most fun community to be a part of.
What can we do for you?
How good is this axe, out of curiosity? Dog shit.
Until next time.
What do we want to do with all these here? Okay, cards. Boom. Div cards. Boom. Put that button. Boom. There. Boom. Done. Nightblade support. I never even see this one. Chance while elusive. Grant elusive on critical strike. I guess that'd be like an assassin thing, huh? Okay, don't need these. Not really sure what to do with Code Snap. I should probably get faster casting or something too, eh? Who am I supposed to talk to? Olian?
We dominant death. May fear guide you.
How's Kyra Mobile doing? I haven't seen him in a while. Yeah, that's Eric, my buddy Eric. We were playing Fellowship last night. Me and my girlfriend played Fellowship with him. He's good. He's really into Star Wars Unlimited these days. He plays a shitload of Star Wars Unlimited. He flies out for tournaments for it.
Whether it is
Oh, shouldn't you play Fellowship? Yeah, I play Fellowship every night. Me and the girlfriend lay in bed on the laptops and we play Fellowship. Me, Kyra, and my girlfriend. We started playing like the last 2 or 3 days now. Frost Shield. What do I want to take here? I guess cast speed, lightning golem, yeah. Probably lightning golem, I assume. Let's grab this, sure, why not?
Act with
All right.
care.
Back we go. Lego Star Wars? No, Star Wars Unlimited. It's like a card game, like Magic the Gathering, but for Star Wars. Tell us a bit more if you don't mind. Well, Fellowship is basically WoW without having to play the actual MMO part of WoW. It's literally you log in, and all you do is you just play the dungeon grinding part of it. So you just click on the character you want, and it just gives you a character. And then you immediately, can just queue into dungeons, and it's kind of like the League, imagine League of Legends Elo climbing system, but added onto WoW dungeons. So you get the toxicity of WoW dungeons, but you also get the toxicity of League of Legends. It's fucking perfect. So basically, what you can do is you can just pick a class. You know, it's 2 DPS, 1 healer, 1 tank, and then you just click Q, and then you get basically an Elo that happens as you clear dungeons. And you can just climb the ranks, and then you grind eye level from just getting better gear and shit. And you basically just have a lobby that everyone stands in, and then you just queue in for dungeons, and you get a rating for it, and you do harder and harder dungeons. Pretty cool, actually. I might take the code damage multiplier overcap. What's my overcap? 4%? That's absolutely M plus from WoW. That's why I hear it's basically a Mythic Plus simulator. I never played Mythic Plus in WoW, because, to be honest, after Cataclysm, I really started falling off of the game and getting bored. It feels like WoW if you're an old boomer who doesn't have time to play WoW anymore. I use boomer as in, you grew up, you got a family, you have a kid, but, you miss the days of grinding. Because, what will happen is me and the girlfriend man, I really miss playing WoW. We'll be on this exact same page. We want to play WoW. So we'll log in to play WoW, and we'll play WoW for, 15 minutes, and then I'll be like, bro, I cannot do these quests. I'm level 80, I need to get 81. It's going to take me, 4 hours of fucking questing. I just can't do this. I get actually tired, and I fall asleep with the laptop in my lap because I just can't. I can't bring myself to do these fucking quests. So basically, Fellowship is like I get to play WoW and do dungeons without having to like actually do all the shit that I just hate. Like I can't level again. I can't fucking do it in WoW. It's like leveling. What's the progression like though? Real simple. Different dungeons. The dungeons get harder and harder as you progress. There's a timer system, so like when you go to rate yourself on a dungeon, there's a timer. It says like you have 12 minutes to be there, or whatever, and depending upon how quickly you beat it, you know, you can get a rating for that. As you climb rating, you unlock like higher and higher dungeons, and then you tier up. So you start like the dungeons will drop you like green gear, and then they'll drop you like blue gear, and then they'll drop you like purple gear, and then yellow gear, and then red gear, and then when you start getting into like and that's like contender, adept, you know, whatever as you're going through. I forget exactly all the names for it, but you basically go ranks like bronze, silver, gold, like type shit. And then when you end up at the higher one, it's like the equivalent of like challenger, right? And you're climbing like a leaderboard of LP. And then the bosses are basically, you know, like WoW bosses. Like they have different mechanics. You gotta figure out the mechanics. But the game also removes a lot of like. What's interesting about it is they remove a lot of like the really annoying shit. Like just as an example, you know in WoW when you like need to interrupt something, so you use a macro that first does like slash like stop casting and then cast your interrupt, and you have to have like a macro to do that. In this game, when you go to use your interrupt, it just stops the cast that you're doing to like let you cast your interrupt. It has like deadly boss mods basically built into like the fucking game. So when you launch it, it just says like, oh, this long until he casts his next move or whatever. It doesn't tell you where to stand or anything like that. But it has like a lot of the basic add-ons, like recount, for instance, is just cooked into the game. So you just see like the damage. It's basically like, okay, here's like what a WoW dungeon setup would be like if you've been playing WoW for like a year and you got all your add-ons set up and all that. But it's just a
heretic, my God
like
takes
you
good
get that
care
the first
of
minute
me.
you walk into the game. So like I say, it's like playing WoW without having to do all the horse shit I hate doing. But it's kind of interesting. Very, very casual version of WoW.
I may have misjudged that god of yours.
Which hero did you main, Fellowship? I played the Fire Mage.
Twice now you've...
It was Mel.
Piety, my god. I am sure you will reveal your purpose in
Oh,
time.
vanilla only 5% hit the top raids? Well, yeah, I feel like the focus of in-game on games was not as big back then. Nowadays, what's the first question anybody asks when a new ARPG comes out and they show up in the stream? What is it? It's, what's the end game like, right? Or how is it? What's the end game like? It's always like the first thing. People always think about what is the grind like, because now they think about infinite grinding. But when WoW came out back in the day, it was... a lot of the focus on it was like social and exploration and discovering the world. Like when you started WoW, you weren't, for the first time back in Classic, you weren't actually thinking, what is the final boss? Like that's not what you did. You were trying to like explore the journey. But that's more like has been aged out with MMOs as like the whole concept of like social interaction in these games isn't as big of a deal. Because back in the day, being able to like see somebody else in a video game and see a whole bunch of people in a video game in and of itself was an interesting concept. But now people that are born, you're born into thinking that's like, of course you can see people in a video game. But you know, if you're of our age and you were born and you were, you know, when the phone came out, you were surprised. Like the games had way more intricate value from just that concept in and of itself. So the whole like interaction, exploration, social, being in the clan, all of that meant more back in the day. And now it's like if you don't have that in the game, your game is dog shit. Like it's automatically assumed. The arms race of game development is, you know, has happened and tech has gone up.
Embrace death to
You got kicked out of your guild for having a girlfriend? Oh, that's your fault. Getting a girlfriend when playing WoW is not the correct move. WoW is your girlfriend. took till Wrath for WoW to catch EQ in numbers. I don't think I believe that for half a second. There's no shot that the Burning Crusade was less played than EverQuest.
Dissection time.
There's no shot. Everyone always talks about EverQuest being like the original WoW, and I can understand that paved the way, and the way like Command and Conquer and Age of Empires helped pave the way for RTSs. I can understand that, okay? But like, there's no shot at the peak of WoW that it had less numbers than EverQuest. There's no shot. WoW was like a cultural phenomenon. You would go to school and everyone's talking about WoW. There wasn't a single person that I ever met in person ever until I was in my 30s that even mentioned that they played EverQuest.
Now you are simply gorgeous.
You are imprisoned by your own vanity, Chevron.
Any Ultima Onliners? You know, I missed Ultima because I went straight to RuneScape. So I never did really play that one. I heard that one was pretty good, though.
I actually find myself admiring you in this moment, Templar. You and I will create the most beautiful of nightmares together. Rather the hallmark of God, isn't it? Let me show you what a real God can do.
Now, Exile! Kill me!
Never played Ultima Online, but I hear so many people look back at the game. Yeah, that's one of those things where it's like, maybe at some point here I will actually go play it.
Embrace the future.
Like, see what it was like, you know what I mean? Add it to the list of, like, games I need to add to my MMO education.
Now, let us see if you truly understand what it means to be Nightmare.
This damage is actually, like, pretty good. I don't even feel like I've gotten crazy lucky with gear or anything, but, like, this damage feels significantly better than most of the times I'm in campaign. I guess, to be fair, I'm not really, like, playing like I'm hardcore. Like, I haven't taken any real defensive masteries. But this damage feels like, maybe I'm just taking way too much fucking defense and I'm being like a straight up pussy in the campaign. Because, like, I have way more damage than I'm used to.
Is the true eternal. Why are you so in love with death?
Wintertide Brand feels pretty good, though, not gonna lie. I like Wintertide Brand, 100, 100.